sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Minutes ago, the dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Check, check. Lucky. Run. Alert flare.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On the ground, it's Chubb. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Mayfield down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Chris Wormley. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Push him back.
From the 16, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ingram. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Ready. Mike, 44. Come, baby. Woo!
To throw is Jackson. Out to his left. Touchdown, Ravens. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you have to allow him to run the football. I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Watch out, watch out. Hurry. 41's the mic. 41's the mic.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
180. Push the mic right here. We're going mic 40, mic 40. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, we're going mic 40, mic 40. I got you.
Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. Now Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Chubb. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now Chubb running right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 17 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. I got one.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now the pitch comes to Ingram. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Ravens.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
I'm coming after you.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Following the interception, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Charles, with that incompletion, I want to step back for a second, just talk about the quarterbacks this year. It's an interesting stat that you and I were looking at before the game. 40 quarterbacks have been used in the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, most in the Super Bowl era. Some injuries and then just some changes at QB.
Yeah, and 20 of the starting quarterbacks this past Sunday under the age of 27. But what I like about what I'm seeing, despite the injuries, retirements, guys being unable to play, I'm seeing these youngsters and backups come in and play well in a lot of cases. Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville has taken charge there. They got their first win. Kyle Allen, 4 touchdown passes for Carolina in relief of Cam Newton. They got their first win. Going into week 3, the collective quarterback rating for the season, 94.0, which was the highest at that stage of the season in a long time in the NFL.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Third and long for Mayfield. Going deep here for Landry. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. He was looking for Landry that time. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Check. Crunch. Crunch. Kill. Check 99.
the drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just at his...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
58 for Mike, 58. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You ain't going nowhere. 58, son. 58, come on, run it.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. ATK. Watch the run. Watch the run. Boom.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Man open left side is Brown. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this 2nd half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
At the 24-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Get that ball. Check.
Now it's Ingram. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. He's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. Fourth down with Jackson on the move to his left. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Hey, hold on. Check. Hey, tight.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ingram. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, this one complete to Ingram. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Put your hands on him.
Here's Jackson operating from the gun. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
He's heavy on the edges. 51 to mile. 51 to mile. Get him. 51 to Mike.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Partner, switching gears for a second, a really cool moment on Sunday night when Clay Matthews, former Browns linebacker, was inducted into Cleveland's Ring of Honor. And, of course, his son Clay was playing for the opposite team that night. It was a really neat moment.
Fantastic moment. And it's Clay 2 and Clay 3, correct?
Yes.
Dad is 2, son who's playing for the Rams now is 3. When he popped out there to see the rest of the family, all of them wearing the 57 jersey that Clay II wore with such distinction for Cleveland for all those years. When he played long enough, a lot of people think he played with Otto Graham. I mean, it was amazing. About nearly a 20-year career there. And just phenomenal what he got done. And even better to see his son able to pop out there and share the moment with him on such a special night. Just phenomenal.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield, flush to his right. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Caught left side. It's Beckham. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
Run, run, run. Hurry, hurry. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Hey, Echo. Watch out.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now Mayfield on third and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham there to make the grab. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 51.
Jackson now. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Get one.
On 4th down, Jackson over the middle here to Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
$15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
You know, as a defensive guy, I don't normally do this, Brandon, but a tip of the cap to the offensive coordinator. Design quarterback run at this stage of the 4th quarter when I expected him to throw the ball, and he got a first down.
Yeah, trailing this stage of the 4th quarter. Picked up the first, stopped the clock too.
Yeah, sometimes there's some guts in play calling when you go against the grain because you know.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They begin this drive with Chubb. The tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Pick it up, Keith.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down. First and 10. 49-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Hey, alert, 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 alert. King. Watch twins. Watch twins. Hurry.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Mayfield. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, they scared. 53 to Mike. 53. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike.
Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. 53. I'm on. Check three.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Come on. 53 to Mike.
One last shot for Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.